Okay, looks like I'm live here. Hold on. First off, welcome everybody to Financial Freedom. This is Crypto XL. I'm going to do a brief overview of a few cryptos I'm currently looking at. I'm going to be talking about the gaming sector. There are many sectors that I'm interested in. Hey baby, I'm recording, okay? We'll play later. Many sectors that I'm interested in and I'm looking at. But let me go over it really briefly. Bitcoin's currently at 34K. We could, from here, stay at around this range, around 34K. And let me get out of here. What is this? And we could use this as a trampoline to bounce from 34K. Or see, I don't like how this is going right now. Right? Okay. So we're 34. We could go up from here, or we could come down to our next level of support, which is about 33,100. And after that, you have 31,508. I say we're going to retest. We've been going straight up, right? So we're probably going to come down to retest. Retest probably 33 or 31 would be my guess. And we just go for a range for a while, and then from there we go up. I believe that our next support, our next resistance after we start going up is in the 40s. So what does all of this mean? Well, what it means is no one can tell you if we're going to go up or going to go down right now. It's anybody's guess. But if you look at what we've been doing, we've been trending and we've been going up for the entire year, for all of 2023, right? So look, right here you have a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. My guess, just looking at the pattern, first of all, and another thing, if you notice with the pattern, and my guess to finish my thought, if you look at the pattern, we're going to have another higher low, right? If you look at the pattern, you can say that we broke out, right? We broke out of this triangle right here. So it's possible that we come down to retest, and after we retest, after we request the retest, we bounce from here. We continue to go up, right? And so one could say, well, what's the next level of resistance? And we're looking at around 37,000, right? We bounce here, we go up 37,000, or we range here and we go up to 37,000. So that was a quick overview of Bitcoin. But let's go into the alts and describe how this affects the altcoins. One of the alts that's on my radar, and that's on everybody's radar, I say everybody, who the people who are still in the market who's paying attention to this kind of stuff, is Myria. If you look at Myria, how it's performed for the past month, this thing is basically done a 2x, right? Because at the beginning of the month we're at 14, and now we're at 29, call it 30. So you could say 14 to 28 is a 2x. So it's more than 2x since the beginning of the month. I'm keeping my eye on this coin because of a few reasons. Number one, the background of this coin is similar to Gala Games, meaning that they're a gaming hub and they have a lot of professionals from different areas in the gaming industry, such as EA Sports and other companies. Another thing is the quality of the games that they have coming out is superb. So there are going to be a few gaming cryptos that kill this bull run. Last bull run, Gala Games was the premier gaming crypto. This bull run, you're going to have a few others. You have Fabwelt, you have Myria, you have GFAL, right? So and then you're going to have two others that haven't even come out yet. So the cryptos that do the best in a bull run are the cryptos that are new, that come out the year of the bull run. So, the 1000x crypto, there's a good chance that it hasn't even come out yet, right? So I'll be looking for. I'm keeping my eyes open, and I'm looking at Engine Starter. I'm also looking at Gaffy. These are both crypto launch pads that I feel are underpriced and are also going to kill it during the bull run, right? So I'm going to be looking to be getting in on these IDOs early. I'm going to figure a way to do it, or when the coins release, I'm going to look for this right here. If you look at the beginning of Myria, how it performed, it's steep decline, right? It came out at an eighth of a cent, and it went all the way down to a tenth of a cent, right? 1.4, right? Put two zeros in front of it. 1.4. And so congratulations to all of the clever people that managed to pick this up at this price. That is incredible. I believe that you actually have a chance to do a 250x, if not more, right? So if we look at the market value of Myria, the market value, the fully diluted market value is 145 million. Sounds like a lot. By the way, let me pause this. I want to say this. Let me get this out before I continue. This is not financial advice. I am a crypto enthusiast, so obviously I'm going to be very hype and very into crypto because I believe that it might be a way for me to escape the 9-to-5 game and a normal lifestyle. I see what's happening in the world and how the world is changing, and I do believe that you're going to have basically two classes, and it's going to be rich people and it's going to be salaried people. Salaried people are going to be controlled by the establishment even more so than they're currently controlled by the establishment. So I am, again, to reiterate, I'm talking about what I'm interested in and what I'm doing. If you want financial advice, you need to go and seek a financial advisor who has been trained for these kind of things. What I'm into is extremely high risk. I'm not putting money that I cannot afford to lose. And I do realize that cryptos go to zero. I realize that 90% of them go to zero, right? So this is not for the faint of heart. I would not put my rent money or my car note into crypto. I would put money that I would normally put into like the 401k or that kind of thing. I'd put a portion of it into crypto. That all being said, now that I've gotten that out of the way, I realize that there's a bull run, there's a cycle. It happens every 4 years. Bitcoin in a bear market goes down to extreme lows. It falls 85%, and then it comes back and it goes up enormous amounts. We're talking about like 20x. 10x is the average, and it's possible for Bitcoin to do a 10x in this bull run. So we're talking about starting at 15.5k was the bear market lows. If it were to do a 10x from there, that would put it at 150k. Now the BlackRock ETF is going to be coming out along with other ETFs from Kathy Wood's ETF. There's so many of them. There's like 10 ETFs plus coming out. If you look at how much money is put in the retirement industry, we're talking about trillions of dollars. Bitcoin is not even $1 trillion right now, right? So so what I'm trying to say is possible that we go anywhere from 80k. 80k for me is a starting point to 300k, around that range, and I'm looking for that in 2025. So the halving is going to be in March or April of 2024, and 2 months after the halving, that's when we start to go parabolic. We start spiking up a lot. The end of this year, early next year, we might be looking at around 42k for Bitcoin. So I started out with Bitcoin. I talked about Myria, then I went back to Bitcoin. The reason why I mentioned Bitcoin is because that price is going to affect the price of Myria, right? So you saw this small pump that Bitcoin had Bitcoin went from recently. It went from. Let me start putting some support resistance lines in here. It went from around 29K. Where are we at now? 30, around the 30Ks, and it just spiked up to 30. You see this green line here? There's two of them, right? So what percentage is that? What percentage move is this? This percentage move. That's how we're all going to be laughing at the end of the bull run. You see, just like that. You know, this is almost like a 17% move. It went all the way up to 35K, right? So it went from 30 to 35K in a very short amount of time. And by a short amount of time, I'm talking about this. How long? We're in a daily. This is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So had you been out of the market because you're like, oh, it's a bear market, nothing's happening, it's boring, I don't know, I think crypto is going to fail, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm taking my ball and I'm leaving. If you stepped out in the market for these 3 days, you missed a 17% pump, right? And if you were, and God forbid, you stepped out from here. What is this? What's the date here? This is the 24th of October. Man. So the 24th of October, right? What's the percentage from there? It's about 30%, right? It's 30% pump. And you would have missed a 30% pump from being out of the market for 4 days. So I could say what I would do. I can't say what you would do. You decide what you want to do. You are responsible for your financial decisions. So had I been out from the last 4 days, I missed a 30% pump if I was out. But I wasn't out. You know, I see where the market's going, and I'm positioning myself now to capitalize on the future. All right, let me get back to Myria, because I know there's going to be a bunch of Myria nuts down there in the chat and that they want to see and hear about their boy, right? All right, let's go back to Myria. Okay, so if we're talking about Myria, if you look now, Myria is retracing, right? But the important thing to note is that Myria has done 100% pump within 1 month. That means that $1,000 invested in the beginning of the month would have turned to $2,000 right now. And if you look at the height of the pump was here, right? It went up to 34, right? So that's more than 100% in less than a month. And if you go in the stock market, you're not getting 100% pump in 1 month. You'll be lucky if you get like a 2%. You get a 2% pump in the stock market. You're like, man, this is great, right? End of the year, S&P 500 and these kind of things, a 10% pump in the S&P 500 for the entire year is actually above average returns. It's a fantastic return. I do believe, like, if it was me, because this is not financial advice, I'm only saying what I would do. Right, because investing is risky. You can lose everything in investing, and you need to consult a financial advisor. But if it were me, I would not just be in the stock market. I would diversify. I would also be in the stock market, yes, but not just there. I would be focusing on crypto right now, right? Reason why is because we mentioned the 4-year cycles of Bitcoin. We're right before the halving, and I want to make as much money as fast as possible in as little time possible, right? TradingView wants me to join. I will eventually. So if you look at the 4-year cycle, basically you should. I think most of you know this by now, but in the bear markets, when it's going sideways, that's when you buy, and as it starts going up like this. This is after the halving. After halving, it does this ridiculous pump, and this ridiculous pump here from the low. This is the CV. I can't say that. This was the zombie virus. From the zombie virus came out here. Bitcoin went down to 3,800. Actually went low. I think it went to 3,200, but the chart's not showing it. But it went really, really low, below 3,000. Then the halving came. It started coming back, right? The halving came, and this thing pumped to Valhalla. I think they saw it up there in Asgard. They're like, "What's that?" Oh, that's the Bitcoin pump, right? This thing went to 64K. So from 3K to 64K. That's over a 20x, and that's on Bitcoin, which is the safest asset. I was going to say like the safest asset class, period. I don't know if that's kind of a bold statement. I think a lot of Bitcoin maxis would say so, right? I will say so far it's the safest, right? So we're talking about a 20x on Bitcoin. But during this time, the altcoins went absolutely nuts, right? If you randomly just threw a dart, if you picked ADA, right? ADA did 150x here. 150x. That means $1,000 turned into 150,000, and that was ADA, right? But no one knew ADA was going to do that. You could have kind of guessed because it kind of did it before, right? It went all the way up and then it went all the way down in the bear market, and it did the same thing just now. It went all the way up and then it went all the way down in the bear market. I guess, do you want me to show you an ADA chart? Should I actually show you? I'm supposed to be talking about Myria, but I just want to, since I mentioned it, right? Since I mentioned it, I should probably just show you a little bit of, yeah. See, what is this? This is what's the time period? This is the 2020, right? 2020, July 2020. What are we looking at here? So it's ranging. ADA is ranging anywhere, and God forbid you got it back here like a boss. From 2 cents to 10 cents, and then it went all the way up to like $3 something, right? So this is over 150x from 2 cents to $3, right? It's 150x your money. So $1,000 put in here turns into $150,000. Why am I mentioning any of this, and why should you care? Because Myria right now is in a bear market. But I thought you said that we're not in a bear. When Bitcoin is in a bull market, the altcoins are still in the bear market, right? So what you've witnessed is a pump, an altcoin pump in an altcoin bear market. Okay? Myria, again, when these things first come out, Myria first came out, it was 1/8 of a cent. It went down to 1/10 of a cent. And then it went up to 1/3 of a cent, right? So this is an incredible pump right here, right? But the halving didn't happen yet. After the halving, that's when altcoins get their real pump. So what I'm trying to say is, if this thing can go 100% in a pump in a bear market, and I've been watching how these coins perform, right? They don't all perform the same. They perform at the same time generally, but the pump is not the same. One pump is not equal to another pump. And this pump here was massive, 100% in 1 month. So what I'm trying to say is that when this thing retraces, should it retrace, right? I think it's going to retrace. If Bitcoin, it depends on Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin, they're not going to let me, okay. Bitcoin is going to, let me go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, they got rid of my lines. Bitcoin is okay. Like all the YouTubers say, it could go up or it could go down. If Bitcoin retraces and it comes down to these support levels down here, 31.5, 30. This, I don't think I'm going to be missing this buy opportunity, right? So I'm currently in the market. I'm in here, right? So if it just takes off from here, I'm good. If it comes back down here, I'm going to DCA some more. And I'll be even better if it comes down. I actually hope it comes down. If it comes down, I'll be buying right here. If it comes down some more, I'll be buying right here. Right? What's the next support line? I don't think it's going to go that low, but you never know, right? So, by the way, I apologize for these pop-ups. That's not what I'm trying to do. I said this was going to be brief, but there's so much to talk about. There's just so much information that I want to give to you guys. There's so much information I want to give to you guys, seriously. And again, with the support and resistance lines, I have another account, but I can't show my account because there's a lot of information on my dashboard that I don't, it's a crazy world out here. But I'll be looking for a pullback in Myria. What does that mean? Well, you could just look at some of the lines here. Do I think it's going to go all the way down to 25? Maybe, I don't know. 27? Yeah, there's a good chance it goes back to 27. but I would be DCAing right here and right here, because I see this as a possible 100x crypto. The current market cap, I said, is 147 million. If it goes to Gala's market cap, which would mean Myria would be one of the top gaming platforms. I think it has the potential to be one of the top gaming platforms. Actually, I think it has that potential. So these are bold statements that I'm making. It's bold, but the potential is there. I'm not guaranteeing anything because I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm saying the potential is there, right? So I want to be clear with what I'm looking at here. This looks supposed to be market cap. This does not look like market cap. This looks like price. Gala went up to 71 cents last bull run. I thought when you click on market cap, you're supposed to see market cap. But the world has changed. Everything's upside down. Everything's upside down. Nothing's the same anymore. But I know for a fact that Gala went to billions, right? Gala went to like 5 billion in market cap. Even though it's not showing it right now. I do remember that, right? So maybe if I go to CoinGecko, I don't know why my computer is bugging out, trying to give me misinformation. I'm not giving anybody misinformation. So CoinGecko, Gala, right? So if we go to Gala and we look at the market cap, let's max it out, right? So Gala went up to 70. It went up to 82 cents is the high. Gala went up to 82 cents is the high. When was that? That was November 2021. That's when Bitcoin was also at its high, right? So the market cap, here we go, 5 billion, right? So 5 billion. I told you 5 billion. Just 5 billion. What's 5 billion between friends? So it went up to 5 billion, right? And if you look at our guy over here, Myria, I call it our guy because I know it's going to make a lot of people very well off. A lot of people. But this is not financial advice. You can't lose everything. This is crypto. It's risky. It's not for the faint of heart. So 5 billion divided by 148 million. And I'm going to explain my numbers when I get this calculation. Okay, that's not right. Not 5 billion. Okay, there we go. Divided by 149 million. So the numbers are so big, man. I did the fully diluted market cap. That's another thing too, right? I did the fully diluted market cap. So this would be like worst case scenario if all the tokens came out and everyone sold their tokens when it came. If the entire projects, all the tokens from the project came out at the same time and everyone sold at the same time, it would be a 33x. But that's not going to happen. People are going to be holding on to their tokens, and the entire project dilution would be less than 75% by the end of the bull run, which is if we're assuming that the end of the bull run is in 2025, right? So if we were to take the current market cap of 20 million, let's see if we can get it right, okay? We're saying 5 billion, right? $1 billion divided by the current market cap of 20 million. Gives me a return of 242x. Now I'm going to talk about the dilution, right? Because we're saying 70% of the tokens are going to be out by the end of the bull run, right? Because it's only 13% now, and I'm going to assume, let's say half of them get sold and half of them actually dilute your market cap. If we were to divide this by 2, that's 121x from this point. But you have to look at what I just did, right? there are a lot of variables involved in this calculation. I'm going to talk about these assumptions, right? We're assuming that it goes to the market cap of Gala, right? Number one, which is 5 billion. Now, I believe that this next bull run, if Bitcoin goes from, I mentioned a range for Bitcoin from 80K to 300K, right? So if Bitcoin was on the other end of the spectrum because of the BlackRock ETFs and other ETFs and the hyper craziness that could happen with the money printing, the monetary printing that's about to happen, also the destabilization of the whole global environment, right? And people running to safety, and Bitcoin now becoming more legitimized by the institutions and the governments. Once the institutions and the governments get in there, now we're talking about a valuation that could be astronomical. It could be ridiculous, right? So that's why I use a $5 billion market cap based on Gala and based on those situations. It could be higher, it could be lower. I'm not Nostradamus. I don't know anything for sure, right? I could just make scientific guess based on the information in front of me, right? So that's the information I'm provided with. So I would say it could go anywhere from 3 billion to 7 billion, you know? It's going to be a wide range because the variables involved are numerous, right? How much is the monetary printing going to be? How much of the 401k and the how much of the trillions of dollars that these big companies own are going to go into the spot ETFs from Bitcoin, right? How does the destabilization of the world and inflation and the economic environment, what is that going to look like in 2024, 2025, and how does that impact how much money flows into crypto? Are the governments now going to open the floodgates to crypto because they've been fighting it for so long, right? If you look at the electoral process, who gets into the White House and who gets into these other institutions and what are their stances? Is it pro-crypto or anti-crypto? There's so many factors to go in here that you're really not going to know. You're not going to be able to give an exact number. You can estimate. You can have scientific estimates, which is what the one I just gave. But bottom line is this, right? Whether we're talking about a 50x or a 300x, Myria is a go for me. I can't tell you what to do. You decide what to do with your money because I'm not a financial advisor. For me, I believe this is a go, right? And I'm actually excited for a pullback, and I'm willing to wait. If this thing were to pull back and retrace significantly, that's good for me. I want to mention a few other things. I just touched on Myria and where it could go, monetarily wise, money wise. But I want to also touch on a few other things. Right? Let's look at the website really quick to see what they're working with. So they are a layer 1 that's in gaming, so it means that their gaming should be fast. It shouldn't be slow. If you look at their teams, you have Ubisoft, Activision, Blizzard. Oh man, I actually rock with Blizzard. Marvel, everybody rocks with Marvel. Even though the last Marvel movies, I don't know what they're doing, man. Ever since the founder of Marvel passed away, shout outs to him. The movies haven't been the same. I don't know why, but they just haven't been the same. They've been a little sketchy, gotta tell you. That's being honest. But if we look at Ubisoft, Activision, EA, Blizzard, Goldman Sachs, Epic Games, Riot Games. Let me put it this way. What have these people done within these gaming companies? Is this the lead designer from these companies, or is this the guy in the stock room, or I don't know, man. But this is what I can tell you. From an investor's point of view, if I go on a website and I see this, I'm going to be like, oh my God, Marvel. I'm thinking as a retail investor, right? When retail investors come in during the bull market and they see Epic Games and they see Marvel and they see, Riot Games and Activision, Ubisoft, when they see EA, once they see this, they're going to buy. Okay? So that's the beauty of being in a bear market, and I say in an altcoin bear market. I want to be specific, not a Bitcoin bear market, an altcoin bear market, is that you're able to getting on the ground floor. I wanted to look at the nodes. I know the node is not going to come up, but because you have to connect your wallet and install MetaMask. And again, I set this computer up to not show certain things, so I'm not going to be able to do this. But to get a Gala node, I said Gala node, Freudian slip there. To get a Myria node, it's going to be 4,500. A bunch of altcoins I'm interested in. Gaming altcoins. Gaming altcoins. All right. To get a Myria node would be $4,500, right? $4,500 for it, and what's the point? The point is you get around 1,900. Nope, not 19,000. 1,900 tokens a day. That's dollar. I don't want to put dollars in this. You get around 1,900 tokens a day for running a node, right? So this is very expensive. At least, from my standpoint, from a salaried person, especially if you have responsibilities, right? So $4,500 and 1,900 coins, Myria coins a day, and currently the price is like point something. Let's go back to it, right? Like 0.003. Is that what it is? Hold on. So much going on here. I'm multitasking. But you getting an alpha for free here, man. What do you want? So anyway, if you multiply, what's that, like $5 a day? I know it doesn't seem like much, right? Let me make sure I have the price right. I said it's 0.003. I think that's roughly how much it is. If we go back to here, 0.002999.5 for you anal persons. But I'm putting 0.003. So there. So if it's this and it's like $5 a day, and remember you paid this amount for it, it doesn't seem like it's smart, right? Because if you get $5 a day divided by what you paid for it, we are talking about. Let me see that. Pull this over here. That's not what I. Talking about 789 days for you to break even to get your ROI, right? I don't know if you guys can see this, like so small, right? But this is the amount of days. This is more than 2 years, right? To get your ROI, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the same formula. I think I'm going to put these someplace else so we don't get confused, right? But these are also gems you need to look in, that I would look into. These are gems I would look into if the market were to take a dump and these things drop like 50%. I'll be right there to catch it. I'll take it. You don't want it, I'll hold on to it. That's fine. So if you look at the numbers here, so I said this is going to take about 2 years for you to ROI to get your money back. When I invest, I look at ROI because it's very important. I want to know, when am I going to get my initial investment back? And this right now is 2 years, which is unacceptable, especially during a bull run, right? That's at this current price. Gala went up to 75 cents. It went up to 75 cents a coin last bull run. It went up to more. We just saw it was like 80 something cents. But let's say 75 cents, right? Because no one could time it perfectly, or lather in or lather out, but let's say it were to go to 75 cents, right? That would mean that the amount of coins you get per day, I have to redo the formula because I'll have to edit the formula a little bit. So that would mean that you take 75 cents and you multiply it by the amount of coins you get per day. If it were to go this high, okay? It might not go this high, okay? I'm saying if it were to. And that would mean you'd be making over $1,000 a day. Remember the if. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm somebody on YouTube that's a crypto enthusiast. Crypto is very risky. You can lose all your money. Okay. And you have to take responsibility for your financial future. You can't expect a YouTuber or somebody else to do that. You have to make your own decisions. All I'm doing is putting information out of what I'm looking at and what I'm interested in, right? Anything could happen. Like if you look at Gala seemed like a fantastic buy during this bear market, and then the founders started suing each other, started arguing with each other, and the price plummeted on Gala. Which for me, I looked at it as a buying opportunity. You know, a lot of people are like, Gala is done, Gala is over. I'm like, I've seen this play out many times where, you know, the thing falls like 50% and everyone runs away from it. Solana did the same thing, right? Solana went down to $8, went out to $5 this bear market. But look at Solana now. Solana is like $32 now, right? So that would have been like a 6x. It had, you know, you had the guts to buy it. But at the same standpoint, I talk about coins that could come back and do a 6x really, really quick. There's also Terra Luna. Terra Luna went down and it never came back, right? So you can catch a falling knife and get stabbed in the guts, right? You can catch it and it doesn't come back, and all your money is gone. That's why crypto is very high risk, and I would not put money that I'm not afraid to lose in it, because anything can happen. Some of the best protocols have been hacked, right? Ethereum has been hacked, and look at Ethereum today is it's around $1,700, almost $1,800, but Ethereum has been hacked, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that people have to do their own research and come to their own understanding, right? But let me go back to my calculation here, because I'm about to put some ridiculous numbers in here that you're going to be like, is this even real? I'm just showing what's possible, right? I'm not saying that this is definitely going to happen. I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, but I'm saying this is possible, right? So to figure out how many, well, that's ridiculous, right? It's saying that you would get your ROI in 3 days, right? But you have to remember that for this to hit 75 cents, it would have to be in a bull run, right? So it would have to be most likely in 2025 at the heights of the bull market, right? So this is like a 2-year plan, right? It's not going to be 75 cents next month, right? Because now the price is 1/5 of a penny, so it's not 1/3 of a penny, whatever. It's not going to be a return on your investment until like next year. So what I'm looking at doing is getting a node. The node costs this much, which is a lot. It costs a lot. So again, you know, man, you have to have some conviction to do this stuff, man. This is not for everybody, I'm telling you right now, right? But one thing I feel very strong about, I was like, I can't guarantee you, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say what I think personally, because again, I have to reiterate it so much that I'm not a financial advisor, and you can lose your money in crypto. That all being said, because Bitcoin is in a bull run, I am bullish. I'm talking about what I am doing. You decide what you want to do. But for what I'm doing, I'm looking at this as a possible investment, because I'm saying to myself, like, if this is producing 1,900 coins a day on average, right, and the price of the coins go up to this, that means I could be making over $1,000 a day. So this is what I'm paying attention to. This is what I see. The reason why I think this is a possibility is because Gala did this last bull run. Gala did it. Gala has nodes. Gala did the same thing. And the difference is that right now Myria is at 20 million. Fully diluted is 149 million. Gala is in 400 something million right now in market cap. 400 something million. Right, so and Gala has a bunch of FUD because the founders are suing each other and saying there's fraud and criminal activity and these kind of things. So Gala, I think Gala is going to do really, really well. I still think it will do well because it's Gala. They have incredible partnerships. They're the blue chip, and everyone, you know, a lot of people in crypto know them. So I do think they're going to come back and they're going to do well. That all being said, there's a difference between getting a 15x from Gala versus getting a what are the numbers I showed? 120x from Myria. You know, there's a big difference there. Secondly, the alpha in the room is getting a node, right? Because if this really happens, I don't even know. I mean, like, the numbers here, man, it's just freaking ridiculous. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna calculate the highs, then I'm gonna like divide it by 2 or something, because I already know that the numbers are gonna be stupid, right? So if we were to say from now to the next bull run, we're currently, I'm getting choked up. I'm getting emotional, guys. Sorry, I'm getting choked up here. You know, this is so big for me, a change of life. And so if you're to take where we are now, we're in the end of the year 2023, and it's October. So if you say 2 more years, right? Let's say the end of the peak of the bull run is 2 years from now, because of the 4-year cycle. We're talking about 365 days times 2, right? It's not going to work, right? Of course not. I want to embarrass you on my own stream. No. So we're talking about 730-ish days. The reason why I'm going to have to like do something with these numbers is because it's about to get ridiculous. So let's say 730-ish days, right? I want day format. What's it doing? Let's say 730-ish days, right? All right, fine. Right, let's say 730-ish days. And if the price went to 75 cents, it's over $1,000 a day. You multiply it by the amount of days involved, and you get some stupid number that's $1 million. Okay, it's $1 million. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, let's say something happens. Let's say it doesn't go to 75 cents. Let's say some FUD happens, or I don't know, right? Let's just divide that by 2, because it's just a ridiculous number. I'm just showing you what's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen. So it's 500K, right? 500. Let's say dilution is worse than we thought it was going to be. It's 500. It's over 500K, right? So an investment of $4,500 has a possibility of netting 500K. A moment of silence for everyone who has not seen this YouTube video until 2025. I apologize to you. I did not know that you were going to watch this video until 2025. But there is hope, though. There is hope. Maybe I'll still be making videos and we'll go over more alpha by then. But guys, I'm going to put my Patreon in the link so you can see alpha like this. And I have a lot of stuff. I do. This is a fraction of what I have. I have a lot of stuff that only the Patreons are going to see. They're going to be able to get in, or they're going to be able to see me get in at the bottom floor. This is one play. I have so many plays you would not believe. I have plays where it could turn into I can't guarantee anything. I'll just say that I have plays that are very lucrative for those who copy my strategy, which is also high risk. You can lose all your money, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you what's interesting to me. This right here, to me, taking this risk, this is life-changing. This is life-changing for the average person. I think it is. Now, anything can happen here. You know, they could get hacked. I don't know what could happen. Anything could happen, man. That's why this is still risky. However, what I will say is that I've seen Gala do it last cycle, so this is a risk I am willing to take. And this is not for everyone, like I said. It's not. But from my perspective, is I could take this money and I can go and put it in the S&P 500, and by the end of the year, maybe I'll have 10%, right? I'll take this and I'll multiply it by 1.1, right? So I have this amount of money, and then the next year, let's say it's phenomenal again, and we go up another 10%. So I'll take this right here. Hold on, they're trying to stop my music, man. They don't like my music. So next year I'll take this, and I'll have another 10%, right? Hold on. So in the end of 2 years, I could have $5,445, and I could work for the rest of my life till I turn into a skeleton and die on the job. and they just come get a hand truck or something to put me in that, and they go put a next pleb right in my seat. I could do that, right? Or I could boss up a bit and take this chance. And you know what? Another thing I'm going to say is, if this doesn't work, I have other plays. I have other plays, and I'll be doing this all day. I'll be running the plays like a coach. I'm a coach. I'm going to be running plays the whole bull run. I have plays. So if something's going to work, that's going to take a reasonable investment. It's still going to be money I'm going to miss. It's not like I'm printing money from trees. No one is, right? But if something is not done, I am going to guarantee you that the financial situation most people are in today is going to get worse by 2025. 2026 is going to be horrendous. You're going to have people. You already see it, right? You see people running in the stores right now. There's groups of people that's running into the store like, let's just bash through the glass. They busted through the glass like Captain America, and they're running out with like iPads and laptops and Louis Vuitton, and the guy's running out with the thing is strapped onto the pole, like the security pole. He's running out with the pole. And it's like, what are you gonna do? And the car is like 13 blocks away. He's like running with all this stuff. It's like a laundry bag on his back, and he's like, let's get in the car. The bag's sticking out of the window, and they're like, trying to run away from it. It's gonna get worse, and bold moves are gonna have to be made, right? I'm just telling you what I'm doing. This is one of the things I'm doing, by the way. This is one play. I have many plays. This was one of them. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll be coming out with more videos. I'll be coming out with more alpha. And we'll see how this thing goes, all right? Peace out. This is Crypto XL. I need like some kind of weird outro, right? Crypto XL. All right. Peace.